Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. We are the Mile High Property Brothers. Today is super fun, but if you are moving to Denver, we want you to watch this first and then go from there.
That's right, check it out, guys. What's up, guys? I'm Eli Schmidt. This is my partner Will Grimes, and if it's your first time checking out the channel, welcome. And then while you're here, hit that subscribe button because we drop a new one of these every Tuesday and Thursday without fail, and you guys don't want to miss a single one.
100%. And we are licensed brokers here in the state of Colorado, which means just as much as we love making these videos, we will have more to help you with those real estate needs. So the number that's popping up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls, text messages, and those emails.
That's
so
right.
If we can help you, we would love to. But with that being said, if you're moving to Denver or thinking about it, let's dive into it. Things that you need to know.
All right, now on this list, we're gonna go over 8 points that we put together that we thought, hey, if you're moving to Denver or really the whole surrounding cities or Denver metro area from another state, these are just some high level things that you're gonna wanna know that are important. I'm not necessarily gonna call them pros or cons, just actually important things for you to know. So diving into it, guys, number one, that is going to be kind of the lay of the land and how the cities kind of work around here, okay? So if you're looking at a map right now, we've got Denver that's in the central hub. And then if you put a circle around that, it's going to encompass 45-minute radius where really you're gonna have all of the major metro cities that are within the Denver metro area all within 45 minutes.
Agreed. And look at all of them. That 45-minute radius, it's gonna look really far. Like, holy cow, you cannot be this far away from Denver and still consider that. I promise you. Yes, you can go all the way down to like Castle Rock, southern Castle Rock, and you're still at a 34 or 37-minute drive. We're not even to 45, right? So even though it looks really big, these are all the options you have. This is how well our infrastructure is built. This is how well our traffic goes, even during rush hour. This is how well our traffic goes. So yes, you can get this far and still get into the heart of downtown within 45 minutes.
It's true, and that's one of the first things you're gonna wanna contact us about, is to really help you dial in those cities. We have a lot of map explainer videos. We have videos on literally every major city, but when people say that they live in Denver, they may not live in Denver. Chances are they actually don't. They live in one of these surrounding areas.
One thing to consider is if you do travel a lot, once you live here, if you're gonna be traveling a lot for work, for family, whatever it may be, there are some strategic spots that you guys could live in or around when it comes to like E470, some different highways and byways that can get you out to the airport. Super proficient because yes, that's a little bit further out, and if you are hitting some traffic and you're coming from across town, for example, let's say Littleton or Arvada, yes, that takes even though you're within proximity to downtown Denver, your drive time to the airport would definitely be longer. So depending on your use for travel or things like that, you might want to stay on a certain side of the city. But as far as like getting to the heart of the city, this is everything you guys can consider. But again, if you guys have to travel, let's talk about it. Let's talk about some areas that can be great for you.
Now, number two, as we're coming into the summer season, we're gonna talk wildfires and air quality. This is something that we often get people asking us questions about if they have allergies or they're particularly sensitive to it, but let's chat about it.
Right, and before we get into like Colorado's fires or whatever it may be, like just understand we get a lot of everybody else's byproduct of fire, right? So whether it's Wyoming, right now we've got a little bit of smoke in the air from Canada. There was some fires in Canada. I don't know if it's because of the jet stream plus altitude and smoke just rising, whatever it may be. We get some of that. It's temporary. Sometimes it'll last for a week or two. You'll get some clouds, you'll get some lack of visibility, things like that. But it's from indirect exposure to other fires around the country. It's not necessarily directly correlated to like a ton of fires in Colorado. Matter of fact, we're not one of the higher states when it comes to overall counts of fires here. It's more residual from everybody else, right?
It's true.
They take all of our water from the Colorado River and they give us our smoke.
It's true, and oftentimes it's not just one place. When you get to the heart of the summer, you know, call it August-ish, New Mexico's having wildfires, California's having wildfires, Wyoming is. There might be one or two that are in Colorado, and just that will drop our air quality down significantly, but it is temporary. If you are very, very, very sensitive, like real medical issues, let's talk about it and see, hey, is this gonna be a real thing for you or not? But it is one of those things, it is temporary, but it is a factor out here that you should know.
Let me remind you, Eli's not a doctor, so let's not talk about it. Let's just make sure that you guys consult your actual doctor. We'll let Dr. Real Estate over here handle that. We will not be consulting you and your lungs.
Now let's talk wildfires specifically. One thing that is good about Colorado, now not that any wildfires are good per se, but you rarely find them in very dense residential areas. Most of the time it's just deep in the Rocky Mountains. Boulder will have some, where I think 2 years ago it did burn up some residences.
Yeah, so there was a man-made fire that was in Boulder County that came through Superior, and super sad, super unfortunate. I know they see a lot of that in California. We have some of that here every once in a while. Like, that was man-made. Those are, like, they just put more and more control measures on what people can and can't do that are out there to save that, but very good. Your Rocky Mountains are very dense, so a lot of the wildfires we have here, you guys might not even know about them because they're out in the heart, in the middle of nowhere, in the elevation of the Rocky Mountains.
Yes, yes. And unlike California or something like that, where they just have so many more homes built in the mountains, it's very common for there to be wildfires that spreads to homes.
You'll see fires on I-5 in California. Yeah, right there.
Out here, not so much.
Right.
Now, moving forward, let's talk marijuana laws. We'll joke about this sometimes in our videos, but we rarely talk about it like in depth.
So now we've talked about fire. Let's talk about that fire.
That's right.
Is that a joint, man?
So to summarize what our laws look like, it is legal both recreationally and medicinally if you're 21 or older. Essentially, look at it as the same laws as alcohol. You can't consume it in public, you can't smoke and drive, nothing like that, guys. So you've got to treat it responsible. But I think the important thing to note here that a lot of you guys might be wondering is, hey, am I gonna smell weed everywhere I go? Is it something I'm gonna have to worry about people approaching my kids with in the park or anything like that?
Maybe. No, right?
Not,
like,
no.
And that, I think people approaching your kids in the park is a whole nother risk across the entire country. Mitigate that how you guys see fit. But when it comes to just overall like atmospherics of marijuana here and what your assumptions might be on a day-to-day basis, like, you just don't smell it, you don't see, you don't hear about it. Unless we're talking about it and explaining it to you guys, it's not something we think of at all. If you guys are at Red Rocks, if you guys are at an outdoor concert, you might get a whiff of some marijuana, some people smoking in the stands. I don't know if you also get that in the state you're coming from, even though it's illegal. You still get a lot of that. So as far as like it creating like a hindrance or being an obstacle for you, I can't imagine. However, when you guys are driving downtown, when you guys are driving in certain towns, you might see like marijuana stores.
Dispensaries, so
you'll see that like you see at McDonald's. So that would be a change, right? As far as like the visibility of it. But as far as like it being an obstacle or a hindrance for you to where it would make you not live here, I can't imagine. Obviously it's subjective to your guys' opinion, but we've never had, out of the several hundred clients we've had from the YouTube channel, we've never had anybody not only not be here, but complain about anything when it comes to marijuana.
No, it's brought millions and millions and millions of dollars into the state, which has contributed directly to a lot of our growth and infrastructure that Denver has had. Occasionally you might be driving down I-70 where some of the big grow warehouses are and you might smell it out there. But as far as it impacting your day-to-day life, you won't even notice it whatsoever. But you'll have an alternative to drinking alcohol if alcohol is not your preferred release at the end of the evening.
Apparently just ask Eli if you guys have any weed questions.
Yeah, that's good advice. All right, moving on. Let's talk mountain accessibility, because chances are that's one of the primary reasons you guys are moving here. You love hiking, you love doing outdoor stuff. You want to have some sort of proximity to the mountains. Now, one of the primary things is, guys, you don't need to live in the mountains to go to the mountains all the time. You could live in Southeast Aurora, which seemingly looks really far away on a map, but in reality, you're an hour away from being deep in the mountains.
And if you're hitting 470 north, you guys could go all the way into Boulder, into Nederland, behind.
Yes.
And you're still within an hour and 10. Or you guys could go to the Rocky Mountains, you guys could use the Loveland Turnpike up north, and you guys could go to the Rocky Mountain National Park. Super accessible. But let's talk about real access.
Yes.
What you have to consider is, if you're going up there for the weekend and weather's great, it's sunny, even if it's the winter, you're gonna snowboard, whatever it may be, like, check the weather. Because if you're getting a storm on Sunday, if it's real bad and you guys are beyond the Eisenhower Tunnel when it comes to I-70, and they shut that bad boy down, you are not getting back into Denver until those highways are clear. So if you got work on Monday morning or whatever it may be and you can't be stuck in the mountains, even though it looks great on Friday or Saturday or Thursday, check winter weather, storm warnings, and maybe leave a little bit early prior to that, or if you're okay with it, but just understand that you could get stuck up there. So, and then the same goes with going up there. If we got a winter storm warning coming in for Friday afternoon, and it's not just because it's frozen or there's a ton of snow. Sometimes the snow's coming in so fast, so heavy, visibility is a problem, and they'll close the highway down over visibility issues. So maybe leave Friday morning instead of Friday evening. Just look at the weather to make sure. And then another thing that you guys want to keep in consideration when it comes to access is, if you guys are going up there Friday at 4 o'clock, so is the rest of Colorado. If you guys are coming back Sunday morning. So is the rest of Colorado. So you're just gonna have to be dealing with a lot of traffic in and out of the mountains because people that live here, they literally live for that. They want to go up there, want to have a great time. So whether it's the summer or the winter or the fall, if there's a way for you to mitigate your travel by going Friday morning, or Thursday, or coming back Monday instead of Sunday, definitely might be more accommodating for you when it comes to travel time.
Now, moving forward, let's talk about how pet friendly the state is. We always talk dogs, but man, in general, people here just love their pets. So it's not uncommon that the parks are full of people with their dogs, that you're at an outdoor patio on a brewery or something and people are sitting out there with their dogs and they've got their little bowl of water. It is extremely pet friendly. So if you don't have a dog when you come out here, definitely probably gonna plan on getting one.
Correct. Etiquette on that, have your dog on a leash, that's law out here. Other etiquette on that, just make sure that your dog is friendly with other dogs and your dog's friendly with other people. I've never seen it. Typically people in Colorado are really good when they bring their dogs into public, but every once in a while, you'll have somebody walking their dog or somewhere and you're like, that dog could be a little bit more well-behaved, right? Like that dog's only good when you're giving it treats. We know the little school it went to and it didn't do it. So just make sure that you guys have some etiquette. I'm sure you guys are already thinking of that. But overall, anytime people are bringing their dogs to a restaurant that allow it, it's outside. So if you guys go to like a place like Lazy Dog, they have an outdoor area for dogs. It's not like dogs are sitting inside at the booth with you. It's outside. And I've never seen a dog not on good behavior.
Now one other little pro tip, if you guys are going hiking, we're so much closer to the sun up here that those trails get hot. It is not uncommon. It sounds silly, but get your dog some little hiking boots or booties or shoes or something, because those trails can get really hot. The pavement can get really hot. So if you're taking your dogs out for a long hike, put some protection on their feet.
And for you, have some sunscreen. Even 89 degrees in Colorado with nothing but sun out, you guys are a mile closer here. So the sunburns here, the bite, so like just like we were just down in Florida not too long ago. It's more humid, but like you're kind of getting sun kissed. It kind of feels like you're in the sauna. Up here, there's a little bit more spice on the bite to the skin. You can feel it a little bit more sharp on the skin because you're a mile closer, which means you're also more likely to get burned, right? Like you're not cooking eggs on low, cooking eggs on high. You're like, you got to be careful with some of that. So just be careful. And even if it doesn't seem like it's that hot outside, it's not so much just the heat, it's the proximity to the sun. Protect yourself and wear sunscreen in the winter because we have more sunny days than any state here. So if you guys are out snowboarding and skiing and there's a ton of snow out and the sun's out, that sun reflecting off the snow will burn you and you won't feel it because it's cold outside. And some say it could actually be a worse sunburn than the one you get from the summertime, right? So just make sure that you guys are protecting yourself all times throughout the year.
Now, finally, this is going to be an important one for a lot of you guys. Our public transportation system. Now, this is something that is ever growing, ever evolving, and it's pretty robust, but maybe not as robust as some of you guys coming from Chicago or New York.
Not even close.
Not even close. We've got a phenomenal north-south system, right? The light rail runs all the way from basically the north side of Castle Rock or Lone Tree area, man, all the way up to North Denver. And then you're gonna have some branches off east and west out to the airport, out to Arvada, out to Littleton. And then of course we do have like buses and things like that. But if you're heavily relying on the light rail system to get to work every day, you're gonna wanna make sure that you purchase a home in an area that they service.
You're just limited to where you can go. You can still get in and around the Denver metro area, but you're limited to where you can go, and you're definitely limited as far as like what you can do in the mountains. I do know like Black Hawk and the gambling places have like buses that run up there, but as far as like just having the freedom to go and do what you want, you definitely want to have a vehicle for that. If you don't, no problem, but just consider, look at some maps. We can throw some links in here to show you guys like our public transportation and light rail maps, so you guys can take a look at everywhere that they stop at.
And what else
we're gonna stop at that and just leave this number.
That's right.
We're gonna stop at the number and just remind you guys that we are licensed brokers here in the state of Colorado. And yes, just as much as we love making these videos, we will love more to help you with those real estate needs. So that number that's still up below, we are the guys to answer the phone calls, text messages, and those emails. And if we can help you, we would love to. But with that being said, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you guys here in a couple days.
See you guys.